Hi, I'm Victoria Gallagher from HipTalk.com, and today we want to talk about following your heart. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I started following my heart, and I want to talk about the two places where we operate, one which will help you follow your heart and the other which will stop you. And those two operating places are love and fear. And guess which one will get you not following your heart? I don't really need to give you the answer to that, I'm pretty sure. So when we're in a place of fear, we're in our heads. We're in a place where we are paying attention to false evidence appearing real. We're telling ourselves what is the worst that could happen and that this is probably going to happen. But when we operate from a place of love, we're coming more from a place of self-love, caring about ourselves, getting our ego out of the way, the ego that says, what if you fail? And putting your self-worth and your special gifts and your special talents and those kinds of things as your number one priority. I believe we all have some kind of special talent, something to share, some kind of gift that you're meant to bring to this earth. There is a need for every career that there is right now. There's a need for people to clean things and to be servers at a restaurant, to be plumbers, to be um, um, accountants, to be doctors, to become lawyers. But we also have a need for entertainment. We have a need for all the inventions that have ever been created. And if there weren't people that were following their hearts and following their dreams, we wouldn't have all of those careers. So the thing is that I think that a lot of people, though, get stuck doing things that they really didn't want to be doing. They just ended up there, or they followed a certain path maybe that their parents told them, this is what you need to do. You need to go to college, and then you need to get this career going, and then you need to da 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 da. And, there's more than one path to take. And whenever people want to do something that is a little bit out of the ordinary, or there's not as clear of a path carved out for how to achieve that, people get caught up in the how-to. And if you say to somebody, if you say to your parents, if you say to your friends, if you say to your husband or your wife or your whoever, I want to become a painter, I want to become a poet, I want to become an artist, I want to become a singer, I want to invent something, I want to start my own business, I want to do whatever it is that's like, are you sure you can make any money doing that? And people let that get in the way of even um, even telling themselves the truth that this is what they really want to do. They lie to themselves so that they can kind of cope and get through life. Just kind of doing something just so that they can have an ordinary life and save up for retirement. Maybe one day they'll take their hopes and their dreams more seriously, but because all of these fears get in the way, there's a lot of time that goes by, and maybe forever that goes by, and these dreams and these hopes and these gifts and these talents don't ever get out into the world, into the universe where they belong. And everybody needs to everybody needs the gifts and the talents that you bring to this world. There's purpose. There's absolutely a purpose for your gift, for your talent. And if you are not expressing that, you're kind of hoarding that and keeping that to yourself, and it's really not doing you or anybody else a service by keeping that to yourself. The world needs you to do your thing. And so I guess I just want to kind of give you a little bit of my own background and how I kind of got in touch with what my gift was. Because, sometimes it's really, you may have a gift, and I'm not saying you need to beat yourself upside the head trying to figure out what it is. What I am saying is follow your heart. Do things that you enjoy doing, whether they're things that you get paid for or things that you can just do to make a contribution to the world. And I tell you, when you do things just in your ordinary life, things that are recreational for you in nature, as you follow your heart, as you are true to yourself, as you're just doing things that are valuable to you, that you get pleasure out of doing, I believe that you will begin to notice things that you feel like maybe I can make a difference. Maybe I can be of service to somebody in doing that. And here's how it happened for me. So I was a stockbroker, and I was following along in the kind of conforming to how it was done in my family. My father was a very long time stockbroker, and I kind of knew that that was something that he would love it if I ended up following in his footsteps, and so I did. And every daughter wants to kind of get the approval of their father, and so that's what I did. Although I had always had an interest in self-help. I was reading self-help books constantly, and as time went by in my life, ups and downs of marriage and the ups and downs of life, all of those things, I was always wanting to work on myself. I was always going to personal growth seminars and workshops and reading books and things like that. And I enjoyed doing this. Mark my words. These weren't things that were told to me to do. Like I went and pursued this on my own. So one day I was on my way home from the latest personal growth seminar I had taken, and prior to this moment, I used to always try to get my friends involved, and I would ask all kinds of people to go. Some would, some wouldn't. It was always kind of a twisting somebody's arm kind of ordeal to try to get them to take 4 days out of their life and spend $400 or $500 on themselves to get some kind of enlightenment. And especially when you couldn't really tell people exactly what this was all about, because it's kind of like if you, it's like opening a gift before Christmas, sort of ruins the surprise and the way that you learn about these things. It would be like maybe me telling somebody how one of my hypnosis sessions was going to go before they actually listen to it, but even maybe in a different way. So I was coming home from one of these workshops one day, and I was talking to my boyfriend at the time, who owned a recording studio. And I actually had made several meditation CDs just for myself, for my own, little books that I had read, and it would have like a little meditation to do, and so I would record my own self, and I just really loved the recording process. I loved, I had written several scripts already, and I had let other people listen to this, and it was just kind of something I really enjoyed doing. It was kind of almost like a hobby. And so I thought, wow, what if, since I have such a hard time getting people to want to, go to these things, what if I just let them come to my website? I create a website, and I would create all kinds of meditations for people to, buy. I think there were tapes at the time. This is how long ago it was. I would create a meditation for forgiveness, and I would create a meditation to overcome anger, and resentment, and go through these processes you know, for 20 bucks in the comfort of their own home. They didn't have to spend 4 days, blah, 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 you know, and at that time, that just seemed so innovative, and that was, you know, there weren't a lot of that kind of material available. I mean, there were hypnosis tapes and things like that, but I wasn't thinking of it in the same way as your typical stuff that they had out on the market at that time. I really just wanted to create these profound emotional breakthroughs, and so that's what I did, and people, you know, they kind of placated me a little bit and was like, yeah, you know, okay, Victoria, you can do that. And but I don't think anybody really thought that it would take off. As a matter of fact, I didn't even really think that it would take off. But you know, I reached a crossroads where I had to make a decision between my stockbroker job and my new company, because I went through the whole process of getting myself officially certified in hypnosis. And once I did that, I was given an ultimatum at work that I had to basically make a decision within a month. And I had no income coming in from my new business whatsoever. So I think most people probably would have, you know, played it safe and let the fear rule what the decision that they would make. And I just couldn't do that. For me, it kind of came down to this personal integrity that I had. I just felt like, you know, I've already gotten the ball rolling on this. I know that I can't, even though I had my whole life mapped out before me. I knew the date that I wanted to retire. I was putting away X amount of dollars a month for my retirement. And I already knew what the known was. I already knew everything that I was going to do as a stockbroker, and I felt comfortable with that. And had I not been given that ultimatum, I never would have left. I mean, eventually, but I don't know. But I was given that ultimatum. I was given that choice, and I chose love. In my opinion, that was choosing me. That was choosing going with my heart. And I felt like, you know, even though I'm making all this money as a stockbroker, I know that I can't live doing something that I don't feel as passionate about. There's nothing wrong with that profession. I loved it for a time, but it wasn't the true me anymore. This was the new me, and this was the path that I needed to follow. And kind of the rest is history, because I have no regrets about following that path. That was over 15 years ago, and it's been a great success. And it's given me the opportunity to change a lot of people's lives. You can read all about my testimonials and things on my website, and it just is so much more fulfilling. And of course, you know, the money does follow when you are being true to yourself. Trust me on that. So if there's something that you feel that you are wanting to do and you're just not doing it, just start small. Just take the first step and see what happens after that. I have so many hypnosis CDs on my website that can help you with that, because that's now my thing, is really wanting people to follow their own heart and follow their own dream, because I got so much out of following my heart and following my own dream that I want to help you do the same. So if there are any questions about this topic that you have, please leave a comment on this channel. on this video. Like this video, share this video with your friends, anybody else that you think could benefit from this information, and also sign up for my free self-hypnosis step-by-step video training program, and that is going to help you to break a lot of those, or at least learn how to hypnotize yourself, to get through those limiting beliefs, those pesky limiting beliefs that may be stopping you from getting what you want. So once again, I'm Victoria Gallagher from HipTalk.com, wishing you a love-filled, dream-filled, heart-filled day. Bye now.